Basically, going to talk about New German medicine and just a little bit scratch introduction and how we have abilities that we can heal ourselves from everything. So, basically, what's playing in the background is a documentary, in a French documentary called Seul contre tout in French, but it's called Alone Against All. It's a story about Dr. Gerd Hammer and how he basically um, got shunned by the world's health organizations and led scientists and stuff like that for finding a cure for cancer. And basically, I'm just gonna read you guys a little bit about New German medicine, as it's not called, which just was discovered by Dr. Hammer. I discovered it in 1981, which is him speaking. Is an exact natural science based on the five biological laws. It does not require any hypothesis or rigorous scientific terms. It's reproducible for any patient case. This was demonstrated and officially certified on September 9, 1998 at the University of Trnava, Slovakia. In biological medical terms, the German New Medicine identifies a living organism as an inseparable unity of the site, the brain, and the organ. All processes of the site and the organ are coordinated from the brain. Essentially, the brain is the main computer of our organism, the site, the programmer. Body, site together are basically the data receiver of the computer brain, both in optimal program mode and also when errors occur. By no means is the psyche the sole programmer of the brain. In case of injuries to the organ can also induce an automatic response in the brain and in the site. In this sense, the German New Medicine distinguished itself fundamentally from all the other medical schools of thought, in particular from those of standard medicine. The New German Medicine is an empirical natural science based on the five biological laws which have always existed and will exist. I merely rediscovered these natural laws, said Dr. Geerhammer when I say that. They are applicable in equal measures to human beings, animals, and plants, even to the single-celled creatures. In fact, they apply it to the entire cosmos. And then naturally, they are valid concerning also called diseases. So-called diseases of part of a two-phase meaningful spatial biological program of nature, MSBP. Lacking the medical and clinical relevance of these five biological laws prevent us from being able to understand, classify, and currently assess one single disease. We are unable to understand cancer and its contextual implication because we consider cancer to be incurable and are merely concentrated on eliminating the symptoms of the organ. Nor were we able to understand the so-called infectious diseases because instead of recognizing them as a healing symptoms, we consider them as aggressive disease which microbes out to destroy us. Equally ignored were the laws of the two phases of every disease, the psychological level, the cerebral level, as well as the sensitive of the left and the right-handedness, let alone the epileptic and the epiloid crisis and the so-called syndrome, which is the most frequent cause of death. All these new ways of understanding and of curing a disease are based on the understanding of the iron rule of cancer, the first biological law, and the so-called DHS Dirk Hammer syndrome, named after this Dr. Hammer's son, my son, Dirk's, whose unexpected death was the cause why I developed testicular cancer.